in Busan. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly An. BEFM 부산영어방송.
You know those celebrities who grew up right in front of the camera? The ones we watched since they were kids. Well, some of them didn't just stay on screen, they also aced the classroom. That's right, today we're talking about former child actors who went on to study at some of one of the world's top universities and still stayed in the spotlight. From Harvard to Princeton to UCLA, these stars really prove that you can have it all. It's Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started.
One time for your mind, two times for your soul. Baby box kicking. Come on, sweet. Good baby, come on. Put your hands in the air, put your hands in the air, come on. Yeah, come on, yeah.
왜 이렇게 자꾸 나를 애태우는 거야? 왜 바라보면서 내게 다가오진 않는 거야? 내 눈빛은 너에게 말하고 있잖아. Come, come, come. 어서 내게 다가와, baby. 뭘 그렇게 자꾸 생각하고 있는 거야? 뭘 그렇게 망설이고 있는 거야? 바보같이 내 미소가 너에게 말하고 있잖아. It's okay. 어서 나를 데려가, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, get up, move on me tonight. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 자, 이제 내 손을 잡아. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 이 밤이 다가기 전에. Get up, move on me now.
Yeah, come on.
언제까지 나를 기다리게 만들 거야? 언제까지 그곳에 멈춰서 있기만 할 거야? 난 더 이상 기다릴 수가 없어. 제발 take me now. 어서 나를 데려가, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, get up, move on me tonight. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 자, 이제 내 손을 잡아. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 이 밤이 다가기 전에. Get up, move on me now.
Yeah, come on.
조금씩 내 눈이 감겨. 살며시 숨기는 너의 시선이. 거울에 비춰 너를 쳐다봤어. 그러다 너와 눈이 마주쳤어. 숨기려는 네 감정이 솔직하게 나도 기다리고 있어. 너와 나의 서로 표현이 필요한 거야. 날 바라봐, 이렇게 널 부르고 있잖아. 어서 와서 기다리는 내 이 마음을 가져가. 난 더 이상 기다릴 수가 없어. 제발 please, please, please. 어서 나를 데려가, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, get up, move on me tonight. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 자, 이제 내 손을 잡아. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 이 밤이 다가기 전에. Get up, move on me now. 어서 나를 데려가.
Come on.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, get up, move on me tonight. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 자, 이제 내 손을 잡아. Get up, get up, get up, get up. 이 밤이 다가
And that was Get Up by Baby Vox featuring Kim Jo-han. Baby Vox is back, and yep, one of the original K-pop girl groups from way back in the day has made a comeback. They just released a new version of their song Get Up, and this time it features Kim Jo-han. Pretty cool, right? The track is part of their brand new Best of album called New Baby Vox 2025, The Best of Best. It dropped on April 23rd, and it's full of re-recorded versions of their biggest hits. So it's kind of a mix of old favorites with a new twist. And here's something fun. This new version of Get Up has more of an R&B vibe thanks to Kim Jo-han. It feels nostalgic, but also fresh and modern. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheonggan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello. I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday so far. It's nice weather. It's a little bit humid, but we like it better than the cold, right? So let's see what's coming up on the show for today. In hour number 1, we'll start off with Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about child stars who conquered Hollywood and the classroom. So those who were featured in our favorite movies, but also really academic. After that, we'll have Fact Detox. Do you think you heard something somewhere, but you weren't quite sure? Time to clear out some common sense and discover the truth with Cheryl in the studio shortly for Fact Detox. Later on at hour number 2, we'll have today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after that, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. Following bite-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll wrap up the show with our segment titled Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And I do have a little special announcement here. It is a special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts a baseball event at the Sajik Stadium. In celebration of the 18th Together Day, Busan Immigration Office will host a special event titled Immigrant Network Baseball Day on May 22nd, Thursday at Busan Sajik Baseball Stadium during the game between LG and Lotte. The event is being held in collaboration with the Korean Immigration Service Foundation. Foreign students, marriage immigrants, and youths with migrant backgrounds are expected to attend with the aim of fostering a sense of belonging and unity among immigrants as valued members of Korean society. It's an opportunity for cultural exchange and community building in a uniquely Korean setting. The event offers participants a first-hand experience of Korea's lively baseball cheering culture. By sharing the thrill of the game with local citizens, the event is expected to become a meaningful moment of connection, demonstrating how sports can transcend nationalities and ethnic backgrounds to bring people together. So again, this is a special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts baseball event at Sajik Stadium. Approximately 300 immigrants, including international students from institutions such as Silla University, as well as marriage immigrants and foreign workers, have been invited to enjoy the game alongside Busan residents. In particular, second-generation immigrants, including youth with multicultural backgrounds, are being specially welcomed to help them feel more naturally integrated into Korean society. Through this joyful, familiar setting of sports, the event aims to break down barriers of mutual misunderstanding and create opportunities for open communication between immigrants and the wider public. So again, that was the special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts a baseball event at Sajik Stadium. How nice. And now back to our original show, our question of the day and text topic. Are you ready? The question is, who's your favorite smart celebrity? Who's your favorite smart celebrity? 여러분이 생각하는 가장 똑똑한 연예인은 누구인가요? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through KakaoTalk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with Listomania after the song. Here is Wake Up by Craig David.
You better wake up before you lay your head on that pillow. Pillow, yeah. You better wake, ooh yeah, before we both get stuck in the middle. No, 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 yeah. So are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. You better wake up. Baby, don't go to sleep. You better wake up. Better face reality. You better wake up to the fact that you're turning your back on the best thing you ever had. And I want you to know that. So are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. Out the blocks to the races, but in this race you hardly can pace this. No, we both played the game when we dated, but at this rate you're likely to waste this. Trying to hold back, trying to play it cool like so bad. When deep down you know, just own that. You caught feelings like I was a throwback. Rope on a rhythm, no. I know you've been hurt before, gotta let it go. I told you a million times when you got involved that I ain't really trying to be like them other bros. Nah, I'm already stepping up on a big man floor. Them boys are running out of luck, and if we're being honest, girl, that's where you're getting stuck. So before you fall asleep, you better wake up. So are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You better wake up. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. You better wake. You better wake up. Baby, don't go to sleep. You better wake up. Better face reality. You better wake up. You better wake up. Up to the bed that you're turning your back. You better wake up. The best thing you ever had. You better wake up.
And that was Wake Up by Craig David. And now it's time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about child stars who conquered Hollywood and the classroom. Up first, we have Natalie Portman, the Harvard starlet. Let's kick off things with one of the most iconic examples, Natalie Portman. She started acting at the age of 11 in the unforgettable film Leon, the Professional, playing a bold, complex role well beyond her years. But what's more incredible? Even as her career took off, Natalie always made education a priority. She once said, quote, "I'd rather be smart than a movie star." And she meant it. She took a break from acting to study psychology at Harvard University, graduating with honors. Oh, and during that time, she still managed to shoot Star Wars Episode 1. Let that sink in. She's now an Oscar winner, a director, and a mother, showing the world that intelligence and creativity make a pretty unbeatable combo. And up first, we had Natalie Portman. Up at number 2, we have Emma Watson, from Hogwarts to the Ivy League. Next up, we've got Emma Watson, aka Hermione Granger, everyone's favorite bookworm witch. And honestly, the real life Emma isn't all that different. After Harry Potter, she took a step back from acting to pursue her education. She enrolled at Brown University, an Ivy League school in the US, and studied English literature. Despite her fame, she described college life as grounding and said it gave her a sense of normalcy. She didn't just study, though. She also became a UN Woman Goodwill Ambassador and gave that viral speech about gender equality at the United Nations. Smart, stylish, and socially conscious, Emma Watson is the kind of graduate we all wish we sat next to in class. Up at number 3, we have Jodie Foster, a mind as sharp as her roles. So let's go back in time a bit to the days of young Jodie Foster. She starred in Taxi Driver at age 14, delivering a performance that still shocks people today. But she didn't ride that early fame recklessly. Jodie went on to attend Yale University, where she studied literature and graduated magna cum laude. Talk about brains and brilliance. She's now a 2-time Oscar winner, speaks fluent French, and directs films as well. Jodie once said that education was never optional for her. It was just a part of growing up. And honestly, we love that energy. Up at number 4, we have Brooke Shields, from controversial start to Princeton grad. So let's talk about Brooke Shields, one of the most famous child models and actors of the late 70s and 80s. She was in Pretty Baby at age 12, causing a media frenzy, then became the face of Calvin Klein in her teens. But while the world watched her on every magazine cover, Brooke quietly applied to Princeton University, where she earned a degree in French literature. She said the experience gave her confidence and taught her how to express herself beyond acting. And here's a fun fact for you. She even wrote her senior thesis, the director of Pretty Baby, connecting her academic work back to her childhood career. So isn't that fun to bring back what you did from the past to what you're studying now and make a connection with it? Up at number 5, we have Elizabeth Berkley, brains behind the fame. So, you might remember Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell, where she played Jessie Spano, the smart, ambitious student always raising her hand. Well, turns out the actress is just as brainy in real life. After her acting success, she studied literature and art history at UCLA. She also became a wellness advocate and wrote a self-help book for young women. These days, she balances acting, writing, and mentoring, showing that education can fuel creative growth instead of slowing it down. So again, up at number 5, we had Elizabeth Berkley, also known as Jessie Spano from Saved by the Bell. And lastly, for our list of mania, we have Dakota Fanning, from child prodigy to NYU scholar. So, last but not least, we have Dakota Fanning. She wowed us in I Am Sam at just 7 years old. Do you remember that movie? It earned her a SAG nomination, making her the youngest nominee in history at the time. And while she stayed busy with films like War of the Worlds and The Runaways, Dakota also found time to study at New York University, focusing on women's studies and film. She said that learning helps her understand people better, which for an actor is probably the best skill of all. Don't you think? Because we need to learn about the human and how they think in order to portray them in the films. How great for Dakota Fanning. So, overall, what do all these women have in common? They didn't let early fame define their entire path. They kept learning, staying curious, and made space for growth, both on and off the screen. Their stories are proof that being brilliant doesn't stop when the director yells, "Cut!" In fact, it often is just the beginning. So that was our list for Listomania today. The child stars who conquered Hollywood and the classroom. Up first, we had Natalie Portman. Second was Emma Watson. Third was Jodie Foster. Fourth was Brooke Shields. Fifth at Elizabeth Berkley. And last was Dakota Fanning. So hopefully you had a lot of fun with that to see how these child stars not only killed it on the screen, but also in their academics and learning. So now let's take a song break, everyone. Here is You Got It by Roy Orbison.
Every time I look into your loving eyes, I see a love that money just can't buy. One look from you, I drift away. I pray that you are here to stay. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all, you got it, baby. Every time I hold you, I begin to understand. Everything about you tells me I'm your man. I live my life to be with you. No one can do the thing you do. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all, you got it, baby. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all. I'm glad to give my love to you. I know you feel the way I do. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all, you got it, baby. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything at all, you got it, baby. Anything at all, you got it, baby. You got it.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to You Got It by Roy Orbison. And I'm your host, Kimberly, and you're listening to the awesome show of Midday Mate. And now, our question of the day and text topic. It is, who's your favorite smart celebrity? 여러분이 생각하는 가장 똑똑한 연예인은 누구인가요? And I have an answer here from 최희숙님 saying, I think Yoon Yo-jung is kind of smart. She's good at English and her acting is so natural. And that is so true. Yoon Yo-jung was also in the movie Minari, for those who are not familiar. And she is also very good at English, and she's a really good cook. From the, reality TV shows that I've seen her on, she's very good and skilled at it. And just a heart of gold. I have another answer here from Benny Neem saying, for me, it's Justin Timberlake. I did not know that Justin Timberlake was very academic and smart, but I'll have to look that up later on to see what his credentials are. For me, I think there are lots of people. Do you know Kyuhyun from Super Junior? I think he is really smart. I'm not saying that just because he's not like super good at English or anything like that, but he is on a game show that is on Netting right now, and he shows how smart he is by, figuring out all these puzzles and games, and he's a nice person, I think. I don't know. I've never met him. But everyone else, who's your favorite smart celebrity? Let us know. Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with our Wednesday segment. And everyone, it is now time for our Wednesday segment, and we have Cheryl in the studio with us for Fact Detox, where we clean up the facts you thought were once true. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good. Loving the weather.
Yes.
So good.
It's a bit humid, though.
It is.
I don't like the humidity.
is.
It makes me feel very sweaty and sticky. So I don't really like that. But other than that, I like the sun. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I thought I would never say. I don't really like the sun, actually. I like cloudy days without the sun. But, the sun, it's a nice change. It's nice.
Yeah, but you're more likely to get a sunburn on an overcast and cloudy day.
That's why you should always put on your sunscreen.
Exactly.
Because
PSA.
Because I didn't put on sunscreen this past weekend because it was cloudy. And I got tan. I think my forehead is a bit tanner than the rest of my face. You can't really tell on YouTube right now, but I can tell in the mirror for sure. So what are we fact detoxing today? What are we going to learn?
So today we've got two very common beliefs that most people take for granted. Both have to do with our bodies, and both are a little off.
What do you mean have to do with our bodies? What is the first one?
So the first one is that the human brain is fully developed by age 25. I think my brother is a proof that this isn't true. But there is a myth that once you hit the age of 25, your brain, like a loaf of bread, is finished baking.
Oh.
And you're officially an adult and development stops.
Really? People believe that? Mm-hmm. Interesting. This is my first time hearing about this.
Okay.
At 25, what was I doing? I don't think my brain would have stopped growing then. I hope not, at least.
I think I was fermenting my brain when I was 25.
I think I was damaging my brain at the age of 25. So I remember hearing this and thinking, great, so this is as smart I'll be, or as emotionally aware I will be. But, it's kind of different and how people would, react to it depending on who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Case by case.
Yeah, terrifying thought if we're thinking about my brothers. But it turns out that science doesn't exactly agree with that perfect little number. In fact, new studies are showing that the brain keeps developing well past the age of 25.
Phew.
Some researchers say brain development continues into your 30s or even 40s.
I mean, I hope so. I hope my brain doesn't stop at 25.
I hope so too, for my brother's sake.
And I think that I have actually grown a bit smarter since 25 as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope. I think, fingers crossed. But I think this is probably only related to certain parts of the brain, right?
Yeah, exactly right. It's mostly the prefrontal cortex. That's the brain's control center for stuff like decision making, impulse control, and long-term thinking. Basically what we might think of as the adulting part of the brain.
The part that says, maybe you don't need to buy that $500 purse to match those shoes.
Yeah.
The decision-making parts.
Yes, that decision-making part. So in 2021, a study by Harvard and the University of Pennsylvania actually show that the connections in that part of the brain, the neurowiring, continue to strengthen into your mid-30s.
Good. Maybe that explains why most of us become more financially aware and do more scheduling and list making as we age, because we weren't as responsible of when we were 25.
In my case, the list making is probably related to brain fog.
Oh.
But it's definitely that this is one of the reasons why we become a bit more organized as we get older. And get this, our brains are also plastic.
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 How so?
So not like what's floating around in the oceans or what most toys are made of.
Okay.
But in the sense of brain plasticity. So it means your brain can still rewire itself and make new connections and learn new skills well into your 50s, 60s, and even beyond.
Yes. So learning a new skill like playing the guitar or even a new language at the age of 50 is still possible, correct?
It might take a bit more patience, but your brain's not done just because your birthday cake's got like 5, 6, 10 more rows.
And that's kind of comforting because it takes the pressure off this whole idea of having your whole life together and knowing who you are by the age of 25, because I for sure did not have my life put together at the age of 25.
Even 30, even 40. Yeah, this myth makes people feel like there's a deadline for personal growth when in reality your brain's on a lifelong journey. Think of it more like a software update rather than a final version.
That's so true because, you know, as you were just saying that, age 25 is the age when I started to learn Korean. I just thought of it because age 25 is when I moved to Korea. And that's when I was on the bus. I was on the bus and going. I couldn't read any of the signs. Like for a kimbap place, I could only read kimbap, and then it would pass by. I couldn't read the rest of it. Or I would get a headache. So good thing my brain didn't stop growing at the age of 25, or else I would not be speaking Korean right now.
Yeah, well, I read like a preschooler, so...
So for anyone who's ever thought, I should have figured this out by now, you're okay. Don't worry. Science got your back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your brain's still leveling up behind the scenes.
Okay, but what about shrinkage? I know that there's a myth about our brains shrinking over time as well.
Okay, so this is not a myth, but it is in fact true. After the age of 40, our brains start to shrink by about 5% decade after decade. And after about 70 years old, it's got the potential to speed up. My dad's brain, he's 80 now. His brain is so small that the doctor said to him, I don't know how you're functioning because your brain is so small.
Really?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting for a doctor to say that. You know, I've also heard during pregnancy,
Oh, yeah.
a woman's brain doesn't experience it experiences some changes, including the reduction in gray matter volume and the cortical thickness. So there is also shrinkage while you're pregnant in your brain.
Oh, I can believe that.
So that's why a lot of people say, oh, I have pregnancy brain, because you often forget some things.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's been years, but yeah.
You remember?
And I think it continued.
It continued.
Long after pregnancy.
But I heard there's a phenomenon that it'll go back to its original state after pregnancy, though.
I don't think it did in my case.
So this shrinkage, though, as you just said, does this affect our function of our brains?
So it does. Memory starts to decline, so learning new things can take longer than when we're younger. That's why I still read like a preschooler for Korean. It's related to the shrinkage, but it's the plasticity in the brain that we talked about earlier that retains the ability to allow our brains to reorganize and form these new neuro connections throughout our lives, and also allows our brains to adapt to changes and compensate for some of that damage.
So I'm assuming that's why we're advised to exercise our brains to keep our cognitive function as we age.
Exactly. Doctors recommend that we keep our brains active as we age to enhance cognitive function and reduce the risk of decline. Studies have shown that doing mentally stimulating activities like learning new skills, keeping social interactions and physical activity up can help build cognitive resilience and delay age-related decline.
Yes, so my mom is actually the one who told that to me because I forget from what age she started downloading so many phone games on her phone. And I looked at her phone one time when I was visiting America. I was like, Mom, why do you have so many games on your phone? And then she's like, this is for my brain. It's to help me. And she plays like Sudoku, some matching games, or like some like word games to like scramble words and stuff. She says that it's there to help her brain because as she ages, she doesn't want to have like, be more forgetful later on. So she's been practicing that. It's very cute. I love seeing her like doing her little Sudoku problems and puzzles. And yeah. I don't know, Mom. Did you get smarter? Do you feel your brain not shrinking anymore? Let us know, Mom, because I know you're listening. So puzzles, new languages, and other mental exercises are important as we age. Very interesting. So with that, everyone, let's take a quick song break. Cheryl, here is Get Used to It by Roger Vuderus.
What you were about. Something called love made me wanna find out. Did not think you could ever care, but I'm out of control cause you're taking me there. I couldn't believe our love would last. It's coming on stronger, coming on so much faster. Get used to it, cause I'll be around. Don't let me down. You pulled me in, so don't turn me around. You didn't hesitate and told me just how you feel. There ain't no mistake, this time is for real. I didn't believe our love would last. It's coming on stronger, coming on so much faster. Get used to it, cause I'll be around. Can't live without you. I'll be around you, baby, because I'm hungry for your love. So you better get used to it, cause I'll be around. Yeah, you better get used to all my love.
And welcome back, everyone. You just heard Get Used to It by Roger Vuderus. And now you're listening to Midday Mate. And we're in the middle of our segment of Fact Detox with Cheryl. So we just talked about the myth of, does our brain fully grow and stop growing at the age of 25? But we've learned, no. We still grow, it's still learning. And later on when we're older, it's still growing, but it just takes a little bit longer. Yes. So now, it's time for our second myth.
So this one is one that I believed as well. And it's that you need exactly 8 hours of sleep to be healthy. I've bought into this one so much that if I get less than 8 hours, I feel like I failed a sleep exam. And if I get more than 8 hours, I feel like I've slept too much. And my smartwatch doesn't help with the perpetuation of this myth. Since my sleep scores are low, if I don't record almost 8 hours, it's a hard one.
You know, I love sleeping. I usually sleep about 8 to 9 hours a day. And I'm very blessed to have that ability. And, you know, a long time ago when I slept like 4 or 5 hours a night, I definitely felt a bit groggy. But then when I sleep 10 hours, I still feel groggy. So I'm excited to hear about this 8-hour sleep schedule. It's kind of like that myth of like we have to drink 2 liters of water a day. I heard that's not true also. It depends on your body, definitely. So if you're like really small and petite and you're trying to drink 2 liters a day, it could be a bit too much. Or for some people, it may be not enough. So it really depends. But apparently, the truth is that the number of hours we need of sleep is a lot more flexible than just the strict 8 hours, right?
Yeah, exactly. It is. And also, we need different amounts of sleep at different stages of our life as well. So in a 2022 study from UCSF, the University of California, San Francisco, they found that not everyone needs 8 hours of sleep a night. There are people called natural short sleepers who function perfectly well on just 5 or 6 hours of sleep.
5 to 6 hours? That's a bit too little, don't you think? I feel tired if I get less than 7.5. How can people function with so little sleep? I don't know, 5 hours? That's very short.
I can't do it.
How long do you usually sleep?
I usually sleep like 6.5 to 8 hours. Really tired, I sleep 10. My daughter needs a lot of sleep.
I bet because she's so active.
She's so active and she's a teenager, and teenagers are wired differently, and they actually need a lot of sleep.
Because they need sleep to grow.
Yep.
You know what? I feel really sad about my students sometimes. They're like in elementary school, right? They're like, oh, what time did you go to sleep? I'm like, 11:30. It was a little late. And they're like, I went to sleep at 12. And I said, why? I was like, homework.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but don't you have to wake up early for school because they go to private school and they have to take the bus for a long time? And I said, what time did you wake up this morning? And they're like, 6:30. And I was like, what? You are a child. You need to sleep more. And they're like, sometimes I sleep on the bus. I was like, that's still not enough.
Exactly. Well, teenagers need so much sleep. That's why when teenagers wake up early in the morning, they always complain that they're tired. Or they hit the snooze so much. There was a study done years ago that actually proved that they need more sleep, and that if school started around 10 a.m., they'd actually be more productive.
I bet so. You know, last night I went to sleep around 11:30 and my alarm clock's at 8:30, but I snoozed until 9. That's a little TMI for you today. Anywho, so back to this sleep nonsense. It's not that they sleep less, but those people who sleep 5 to 6 hours, they're just lucky that their body is, functioning that way.
Well, it's genetic. So these people have a rare gene mutation, ADRB1 gene, and that helps them sleep more efficiently. So they hit deep restorative sleep faster and then wake up feeling great.
So it's biological then. Interesting. So what else then?
So for the rest of us, sleep needs vary. The general recommendation is 7 to 9 hours. But that's just an average. Some people do fine with 6.5. Others need closer to 9.
That's kind of me. Then it's not just about the number. It's about how you feel when you wake up.
Exactly. The quality of the sleep matters more than just hitting a number. You could sleep 8 hours and still feel really groggy and tired if your sleep was broken or light.
That's true, because right now, everyone, don't judge me. Even though I slept 9.5 hours last night, I woke up a few times at night. I think I woke up around 3 times during the night. So my sleep was broken. So don't judge me. Like when you fall asleep watching something on a streaming service or maybe drink too much water right before going to bed, you have to wake up because you have to go to the bathroom, or you just wake up because your brain is still a bit more stimulated.
Yeah, exactly. Things like your bedtime routine, what you eat or drink before bed, even light from your phone or like pollution coming through the curtains. All of it affects how we sleep.
Yes. So I have those like really like dark curtains.
Oh, yeah?
Where I just moved recently, and for some reason we're like, oh yeah, we don't need the dark curtains anymore. So we had them open. I've been waking up at the crack of dawn at like 4:30, 5:30, and then with the sound of the birds, like, we need to close the curtains. So we finally did, and that's how we slept till 9 today. Anywho, we didn't mention sleep cycles.
Right, your body has natural cycles, light, deep, REM sleep, and if you wake up in the middle of a deep cycle, you might feel really bad, even though you've had a full night's sleep.
Then it's less 8 is great and more of a listen to your body scenario.
Absolutely. So sleeping too much, like consistently, over 9 or 10 hours can be linked to health risks as well, like depression or heart issues.
So here, both extremes aren't great. It's about balance.
Right. So if you're waking up feeling refreshed and you're not crashing midday, you're probably getting the right amount of sleep for you.
But what about some quick tips on how to get better sleep then?
So trying to go to bed and waking up the same time every day, even weekends, limiting screen time before bed and cutting back on caffeine in the afternoon can help.
I think that's definitely true. For me, screen time right before bed, because for me it's always like, it's time to decompress, have a little me time, look at my phone, go on some social media, and then all of a sudden 2 hours pass by and I'm like, I should have been to sleep earlier. So definitely limiting that is something that I need to work on. And I know lots of people out there who love caffeine and coffee. Some people can drink coffee even past 5 p.m. and then are able to sleep, but then some people who do that can't sleep. So you really need a limit to that and know your body.
Yeah, if I have coffee after 12 o'clock, I can't sleep.
So you shouldn't have coffee right now.
No, I can't. Absolutely can't.
What about any other advice?
The recommendation is also not to obsess over sleep. Sometimes we stress trying to sleep, but it actually keeps us awake.
I've been there, checking the clock at 2 a.m. thinking, if I fall asleep now, I'll get about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So we shouldn't check our clocks and should just try to relax. Just count some sheep. 1, 2.
Exactly. Checking your phone for the time will probably stimulate your brain. So best to keep things dark and try to relax. And surprisingly, studies by Oxford University prove that counting sheep is not effective at helping us sleep. And people who counted sheep actually took longer to fall asleep.
Then don't listen to me and don't count sheep, everyone. Just close your eyes and relax. And my thing is, the whole thing is to breathe. Control your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, my daughter's working with a breath coach for her surfing. And yesterday, that's what he was talking about. He was talking about the nervous system and how to go from like a heightened, like fear-based, stress, hyped state to a very calm state using breathing. And he was talking about a 5-10. So breathing in for 5 and then exhaling for 10
seconds.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
But he said exhaling for like 7 or 8 seconds is good as well. But being fully in touch with the breath and then also being aware of your body while you're breathing into this relaxed state.
Definitely. So control your breathing. I have a message here from Manakdo Youngnim saying for our first myth about our brain stopping at 25, saying, I'm really glad it's not true that the human brain stops developing at the age of 25. That means there's hope for my adult learners whose average age is about 70, and they all say they're learning English to help prevent dementia. Yes, that is also true, Manakdo Youngnim. My mom says she's playing those games to prevent dementia as well. So that is also very good. Yes, so you learned two big things here today, everyone. First, our brains don't magically stop developing at the age of 25, so don't worry, you're still learning and growing. And second, 8 hours of sleep isn't a one-size-fits-all rule, so you can either sleep less or you may need more depending on yourself. And Cheryl also gave us nice tips on how to get a good night's rest. Very good. I'm so excited and I had so much fun with this.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
Good night. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us today and bringing us these two myths. I'm so excited to see what you have for us next week.
I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everyone, that's the end of our first hour, and I'll be back at 1 p.m. after the song. Here is Whatever Happens by Michael Jackson.
He gives another smile. Try to understand her side to show that he cares. She can't stay in the room. She's consumed with everything that's been going on. She says, whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. Everything will be alright, he assures her, but she doesn't hear a word that he said. Preoccupied, she's afraid what they've been doing's not right. He doesn't know what to say, so he prays. Whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. Says, whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. Whatever happens, don't you let go of my hand. Don't let go. He's working day and night, thinks he'll make her happy, forgetting all the dreams that he had. He doesn't realize it's not the end of the world. It doesn't have to be that bad. He tried to explain truth that makes me happy. Whatever happens,
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Carlos.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
Anxiety, keep on trying me. I feel it quietly, trying to silence me. Yeah, my anxiety can't shake it off of me. Somebody's watching me, and my anxiety. Yeah. Solo, no mojo, I bounce back, no pogo. Unhappy, no new brands, no logos. Money on my juggler, natural hustler. Think I need a smuggler up in Russia. You could be my butler, shine my cutler. Shout out to Oyenda, that's the guzzler. Okay, next thing, my life is a I call it a scene. The bag is a nice thing, I tried to escape. My life is an X-ray. I'm sorry, you only get one take. Quiet on the set, please. Rolling anxiety in 3, 2, 1. Anxiety, keep on trying me. I feel it quietly, trying to silence me. Yeah. Anxiety, shake it off of me. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. From Florida, what's in that clear blue water? No limits, no borders. What's in that new world order? Marco, Polo, run from Popo. That blue light and that rojo. And it's like I get this tightness in my chest, like an elephant is standing on me, and I just let it take over. On trying me. Anxiety keeps on trying me. Anxiety, oh, I feel it trying, keep it trying, keep it trying. Oh, I feel the silence, keep it quiet, keep it quiet. Oh, somebody's watching me. Anxiety, anxiety, oh, I feel anxiety, anxiety, oh, I feel anxiety.
And welcome back, everyone. You just heard Anxiety by Doichi. This track really dives into the feeling of anxiety and self-doubt. It's raw and emotional, but super relatable. You might recognize the melody. It actually samples a song titled Somebody That I Used to Know, so it has a familiar vibe, but Doichi puts her own unique spin on it. One of the key lines in the song is, quote, "My anxiety can't shake it off of me," quote. And she repeats it throughout, really capturing that heavy, lingering feeling of so many people deal with. It's a powerful song, and a lot of fans say it really speaks to what they're going through. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. And now it is hour number 2, 1:05 in the afternoon. Let's start off with today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After that, we'll have a bite-sized banter, a daily dose of light-hearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. Following bite-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll wrap up the show with our segment titled Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And now we have another special announcement here, a special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts a baseball event at Sajik Stadium. In celebration of the 18th Together Day, Busan Immigration Office will host a special event titled Immigrant Network Baseball Day on Thursday, May 22nd at Busan Sajik Baseball Stadium during the game between LG and Lotte. The event is being held in collaboration with the Korea Immigration Service Foundation. Foreign students, marriage immigrants, and youths with migrant backgrounds are expected to attend with the aim of fostering a sense of belonging and unity among immigrants as valued members of Korean society. It's an opportunity for cultural exchange and community building in a uniquely Korean setting. The event offers participants a first-hand experience of Korea's lively baseball cheering culture. By sharing the thrill of the game with local citizens, the event is expected to become a meaningful moment of connection, demonstrating how sports can transcend nationalities and ethnic backgrounds to bring people together. Again, this is a special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts baseball event at Sajik Stadium. Approximately 300 immigrants, including international students from institutions such as Shilla University, as well as marriage migrants and foreign workers, have been invited to enjoy the game alongside Busan residents. In particular, second-generation immigrants, including youth with multicultural backgrounds, are being specially welcomed to help them feel more naturally integrated into Korean society. Through this joyful, familiar setting of sports, the event aims to break down barriers of mutual misunderstanding and create opportunities for open communication between immigrants and the wider public. And again, that was a special day united through sports. Busan Immigration Office hosts baseball event at Sajik Stadium. So now our question of the day and text topic, it is, who is your favorite smart celebrity? Who's your favorite smart celebrity? 여러분이 생각하는 가장 똑똑한 연예인은 누구인가요? And I have an answer here from 만학도 영어님 saying, hello. Smart people really are good at everything, aren't they? The celebrity I think is the smartest is actor Ha Seok-jin. I totally fell for him watching him win the Netting show titled The Devil's Plan. And yes, that is what I was talking about earlier, that we have The Devil's Plan Part 2 or Season 2. And right now, Kyuhyun from Super Junior is on it. And they're filled with so many other celebrities who are super smart that are out there trying to, solve all these puzzles. It's so much fun and, lots of, excitement. Another one that I was thinking about was RM, Kim Namjoon from BTS. Did you know that it is recorded that he has an IQ of 148? And it was also shown on a lot of American TV shows that he learned English by himself by watching the TV series Friends. He didn't have an English teacher, and at that time when BTS was getting bigger and going to America, RM was the only one, speaking during those interviews. But now the whole group is able to learn or speak English. But back then, he taught himself. How great. We have another message here from Clean Nim saying Matt Damon. So Matt Damon enrolled in Harvard University as an English major, but he didn't get a degree there. But yes, I heard he is also super smart. Just being able to go to Harvard, I think, is a great chance and shows that you are very intelligent also. And we also have Jason Kwon-nim saying, wow, RM. Yes, I heard he was really smart. Another one I know is Moon Ga-young. She is an actress, and she's really well known to be super gifted in languages because she was born in Germany to her South Korean parents. Her father is a physics major and her mother was a pianist. So she was raised in an academically enriched environment. She can speak German, Korean, and English all very fluently. So she is a very also smart actress here in Korea. So let me know who your favorite smart celebrity is. 여러분이 생각하는 가장 똑똑한 연예인은 누구인가요? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after this song. Here is Worst of Me by Cynthia Erivo.
Dark in the house and I cry and I screamed about 100 times. I want you out of my mind. Cause it's been so long since I knew what it was to be held in the arms of a human that was warm and kind. You were so unkind. I wish I was honest for a moment. Bruises only heal when you apply some love and tenderness. You could cut me deeper than the ocean, but I refuse to drown. I'm coming up. I wanna breathe again. I gave you my all, but you took the worst of me. Lightning and scars is all I got left of me. I came here for love, but now I don't want it anymore. I gave you my all, but you took the worst of me. You took the worst of me. You took the worst of me. We ended up like Romeo and Juliet, a curse on both the houses. Oh, I know you feel alone, but I won't be the one to deserve myself. I deserve to be loved, no fear that it would disappear. You were never here. I wish I was honest for a moment. Yeah, bruises only heal when you apply some love and tenderness. You could cut me deeper than the ocean, and I refuse to drown. I'm coming up. I wanna breathe again. I gave you my all. You took the worst of me. Lightning and scars is all I got left of me. I came here for love, but now I don't want it anymore. Gave you my all, but you took the worst of me. 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 You took the worst of me.
That was Worst of Me by Cynthia Erivo. And now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today's quote is from Albert Einstein. Weak people, revenge. Strong people, forgive. Intelligent people, ignore. Weak people, revenge. Strong people, forgive. Intelligent people, ignore. 약한 사람은 복수하고 강한 사람은 용서하며 지혜로운 사람은 무시합니다. So let's break it down a bit. First, it says weak people, revenge. It sounds kind of harsh, doesn't it? But think about it. When we feel hurt, what's our first instinct? We want to hit back, make them feel what we just felt. But revenge, it doesn't really fix anything, does it? It just keeps the pain moving from one person to another person, like passing on a flame. And in the end, you're still holding the match. So there's not really much happening there. You get hurt, so you hurt the other person. You're just going ahead and changing the hurt. Now the second part. Strong people forgive. That's not easy. Forgiveness is often misunderstood also. It doesn't mean you forget or that you say what they did was okay. It just means you're done letting it control you. You choose peace over pride. And forgiveness takes strength because you're rising above it when you could sink low. So again, strong people forgive because we need the strength for forgiveness. Now, the last part. Intelligent people ignore. Interesting, isn't it? Ignore doesn't mean pretend that it didn't happen. It means knowing what's worth your energy, what's worth your time. Sometimes the smartest move is simply not to play. If someone throws a stone at you, do you really have to throw it back at them? Maybe just step aside, let it miss you, and keep going about your day and keep walking. I think there's a quiet kind of wisdom in that sense. We live in a world where everyone wants the last word. But what if the smarter person didn't need one? What if strength isn't shouting louder, it's knowing when silence speaks louder than words? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying ignore everything or let people walk all over you. That's not it. Stand up for yourself when you need to, of course, but pick your battles. Because not everything deserves a reaction. Sometimes peace isn't won, it's chosen. So, revenge is loud, forgiveness is strong, but ignoring, that might just be genius. So the next time someone tries to drag you into drama, maybe just smile and walk away. It's not weakness, but it's wisdom because you're choosing not to be involved in it and you're ignoring it. So, some people may say, or we have a message here from Jason Kwon saying, but I think it does just ignore. It does not change anything. Yes, sometimes people ignore and will not change something, and those people who did hurt others will continue to hurt others. But then, again, it's about picking your battles. Who do you want to confront? Who do you want to talk to? Because even though you don't ignore them and you do talk to them and you try to give them some sense of, common sense, maybe they're not in a state to understand and take in that information. So then you yourself are wasting that time and energy. So, yes, there is lots of different things here. We have 만학도 영어님 saying 옛날 속담에 지는 게 이기는 거다라는 말도 있잖아요. Yes, so there is an old proverb that says losing sometimes is also winning. That is also true. So again, Albert Einstein's quote for today is, weak people, revenge. Strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. 약한 사람은 복수하고 강한 사람은 용서하며 지혜로운 사람은 무시합니다. I think when I think about this quote for myself too, when I was a younger version of me and I got hurt, maybe I did want to get that revenge. I remember in college somebody hurt me and I was like, I'm going to get her back. It was foolish. And I didn't grow from it either. I didn't do anything. Instead, I just hurt another person and it wasn't that good. Later on, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to forgive that person. I'm going to be above them. Just forgive them. Turn the other eye. But that also wasn't the best for me too. So now I'm working on the intelligent part of ignoring those types of things that don't need my attention, to not have a reaction to make the other party a bit more satisfied with my bad reaction. So let this quote sink in and let yourself translate it into the way that you would like to. And that was today's quote from Albert Einstein. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. And now let's take a song break. Here is Smash It Like Belushi by Green Day. And welcome back, everyone. It is now time for bite-sized banter with Andrew.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
It's Wednesday again.
It is Wednesday.
And we have another special day.
Oh, today's a special day.
Yeah, so last week on Wednesday was a special day. Mm-hmm. Or no, actually, sorry, last Thursday was a special day.
Oh, uh-huh.
It was Teacher's Day.
Ah, yes.
And then on Monday, we created a new day.
Zombie Day.
Yeah. So today is Married Couples Day or 부부의 날.
Oh, 부부의 날.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I brought some questions for this because we are both married.
Yes.
All right. And our listeners also know that. So maybe we share too much, but
Maybe
I don't know. Yeah, but
TMI.
Yeah, whatever.
It's okay.
Tell us if you don't like it. We won't listen, but you can say what you'd like. All right. So our question is going to be, revolving around this here. All right. To kind of, talk about the foundation of family and marriage and things like that. And maybe we might be able to give some advice to different people out there.
Okay.
All right. So we have two questions. First one, what's one thing you admire most about your partner?
Oh, these are like lovey-dovey, touchy questions.
I didn't mean for it to be like that, but this is good.
Aw. 남편 또는 아내를 존경하는 것 하나는 무엇인가요? Aww, I miss my husband now. Notice the voice change.
Yeah, notice I didn't say anything. No.
Well, you go first.
Yeah, I think, I've been married a lot longer than you.
How long have you been married?
My wife and I just celebrated earlier this month on Star Wars Day. That was our wedding anniversary on May 4th. May the 4th with you. But she didn't know that was it when we were getting married on that day. So it was great. But we've been married for 12 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, all right. We're not pulling each other's hair out, so it's okay. So I feel that over time, you start to respect or appreciate your partner's qualities a little bit different.
Yeah.
Depending, I would say, before we became parents, before we had kids, I didn't realize that my wife had those motherly instincts in her, and I think that's every woman. I think
Right.
they're there, right? She's a fantastic mother and great, and myself and our children are greatly appreciative of that. But I would say, when you're in your first couple of years of marriage, not say you're still in that honeymoon stage.
I still am.
But it depends on how long you were together before that as well.
True.
But I feel that now, I really love how my wife always not so much puts herself ahead of everybody else, but if there's anybody in need, whether it's her friends, her family, or these kind of things, she is trying to do as much as she can to, help others. And she's very compassionate in that sense. Maybe not always to me, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm happy that she is looking out for other people. We recently had a friend who their family had some health issues with a family member, and she tried her best to make sure she was picking up one of their kids from the Hagwon bus and taking them to a different place and things like that. So a lot of little things that maybe other people might think, oh, that's not a big deal, but if you're the person that it's happening to, I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I think, her appreciation or her compassion for others, I think is something that I really appreciate.
That's so good. Aww. Yay.
Yeah.
Andrew's wife, go you.
And her just sense of humor that she calls me out on stuff. So that's okay.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
For me, I think it's that my husband is very dependable. He's my rock.
I thought you were gonna say dependent on me.
No, I can be dependent on him.
Okay.
There are many things maybe I'm worrying about something and he would be able to talk me into being don't worry about that. It's okay. It's going to go fine and things of that sort. Or when I'm really busy with work and I need some help with something, then he'll go ahead and help with that also. Also, being a foreigner living in Korea, although I am Korean American, I still, can't read contracts or I can't do things with paperwork that's in Korean. And to always have him be the one that's taking care of that kind of stuff is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, even this isn't throwing shade at my wife by any means, but when we get things like that and she reads it, sometimes she's like, I'm not really sure what this means.
Yeah, because
if I read things in English that are like that as well, sometimes I'm like, it's all legal jargon and stuff like that.
So to have someone to depend on like that, I think it's a huge thing. Also, he's become a lot softer since meeting me.
Ooh.
They always say that Busan 남자.
Oh, yeah.
They're that 상남자. But he's become very soft and very cute, and I really like that too.
Oh, a lot of coupleware.
No, we don't do that though.
Yeah. Not that soft. Settle down. Well, that's great. Now, we only have a short time left, but I have a question that, because you've been married for a few years now.
Yes.
And I've been married for an eternity. So if you could give one piece of advice to newlyweds, what would it be?
신혼 부부에게 해주고 싶은 조언 한 가지는 무엇인가요? My advice is very simple.
Yeah?
Communicate.
Yeah, for
Always communicate. Whether, people have their different ways of having to resolve a conflict or a fight.
Yeah.
Some people need time. Some people want to, solve it right then and there.
Definitely.
But either way, there needs to be communication.
Yeah.
And to respect that other person's way of processing different things.
Exactly.
So I think always having to communicate is very important, and how you communicate is also very important. Just because that person is your husband or wife doesn't mean that you can just talk to them in whatever rough way that we did to our parents.
100%.
There needs to be that respect there so that we can still talk to a resolution.
Yeah, I think that's key because, and also learning how you're able to talk to your partner
Yes.
as well. But also being communicative, meaning that you can ask them, is it okay if we are like this? Is it okay if it's like this? If we have an argument, I'm the type of person, I need some time. I need to go for a walk. Now, hopefully you've probably got to know that a little bit before you've been married.
Of course.
And I hope you do. But yeah, that's definitely one. For me, it would be along the lines of having children. If you want to travel and do these kind of things, try to do as much as you can before you have kids. Or when you have a newborn, don't be scared to travel.
Really?
Yeah, don't be scared to travel. Here's a few reasons. Food is very easy for them at that age.
Yes.
Until they're, say 10 months old or whatever it is. And also, when you fly, it's free for them.
Oh.
You just have to pay the taxes. All right? So, that's a big thing as well. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to, you might have to hold your baby or put them in a bassinet, but it's free. So that's a big thing. You don't have to get another hotel room. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Travel around. I know some people say, oh, I'd want to wait till they remember it. Well, do it now. Well, it's still affordable. The other thing is with money. Now, a lot of times people will be like, oh, I don't know. You'll never have enough money, right? You'll never have enough money unless you're like uber rich. But money will get spent on something regardless, right? So if you're worried, oh, we do this, we don't have enough money, there is a thing of living the now, but you do need to prepare for the future. But make sure you're still having fun.
I like that too.
For sure. And there's definitely times I spend money and my wife's like, what are you doing? And then it works the other way just as much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you would say travel, travel, and travel before it gets too busy.
I didn't do enough of it. So that's what I would say. Do that.
Very good. I liked both of these questions for 부부의 날 today.
Yes.
So again, the first question was, what's one thing you admire most about your partner? And 2, if you could give one piece of advice to newlyweds, what would it be? And if you're a listener and you don't want to type out both answers, just choose one and that's fine. We'd love to hear all of your insights and ideas. Andrew, thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. And welcome back, everyone. That was our segment for Bite-Sized Banter for 부부의 날 today, Married Couples Day, celebrated on May 21st in Korea to honor marriage and the foundation of family. So the first question was, what's one thing you admire most about your partner? And the second one was, if you could give one piece of advice to newlyweds, what would it be? So 2 different ones also. Here, we have a few answers. One from Benny Neem saying, if I have a wife, I admire her work and her favorite day alone. To give them, some time alone. And 2, if I am married, I will give advice to newlyweds to communicate better. This is my answer if I was married, but I am still 미혼. But don't worry, Benny Neem, thank you for your answer and putting on that imagination cap of yours to find out the answer here. I have another little comment here from Ponim. Hello, Ponim, saying here, would you be happier marrying or dating someone very different from yourself, or would you be happier with someone more similar? These days, I think I prefer someone who's more like me. When you're different, you have to adjust and try to understand each other, but as time goes by, the more that kind of thing just feels stressful. That's kind of related to what we talked about yesterday for love is a science. Do opposites really attract? But Ponim, thank you also for your answer. And I have another message here from Manakdo Younganim saying, for our first question, I really respect my husband for working so hard at what he does and always striving to be the best in his field. That is so good. And then the second one, the advice, saying if you're unhappy about something, please speak up. I used to keep everything in and just live with it, knowing without saying anything that only happens in commercials. So yes, if you're unhappy, then speak up. Like what we said for all of our answers, communication is totally key. And another thing here for 부부의 날, what 나피디님 told us, the reason May 21st was chosen as Married Couples Day is because it's in May, the month of family. And the numbers 2 and 1 symbolize two becoming one. That's why it is today, May 21st, 부부의 날. And now let's take a song break that is similar to what we just said, To Become One by Spice Girls.
A dream of you and me together. Say you believe it. Say you believe it. Free your mind of doubt and danger. Be for real, don't be a stranger. We can achieve it. We can achieve it. Come a little bit closer, baby. Get it on, get it on. Tonight is the night when two become one. I need some love like I never needed love before. Make love to you, baby. I had a little love, now I'm back for more. Make love to you, baby. Set your spirit free. It's the only way to be. Silly games that you were playing, empty words we both were saying. Let's work it out, boy. Let's work it out, boy. Any deal that we endeavor, boys and girls feel good together. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Are you as good as I remember, baby? Get it on, get it on. 'Cause tonight is the night when two become one. I need some love like I never needed love before. Make love to you, baby. I had a little love, now I'm back for more. Make love to you, baby. Set your spirit free. It's the only way to be. Baby, put it on, 'cause tonight is the night when two become one. I need some love like I never needed love before. Make love to you, baby. I had a little love, now I'm back for more. Make love to you, baby. I need some love like I never needed love before. Make love to you, baby. I had a little love, now I'm back for more. Make love to you, baby. Set your spirit free. It's the only way to be. It's the only way to be. It's the only way to be.
And you just listened to To Become One by Spice Girls. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week, we're going to learn expressions from the movie Avengers Endgame. And let's do a little recap for those who may be joining us for the first time today about what we learned on Monday and Tuesday this week. Monday, we learned about the phrase, roll that way. It's an informal American slang often used to describe how things unfold or happen. But it doesn't always roll that way. It doesn't always happen the way that we want it to happen, the way that we expect. On Tuesday, yesterday, we talked about in the case of It is a formal way to introduce a just-in-case scenario. Just in case something happens. In the case of a fire, please take the stairs and not the elevator. So, about our movie, Avengers Endgame. In Endgame, the Avengers face their biggest gamble yet. A mission through time to collect the Infinity Stones and reverse the snap. As confident as they've always seemed, there's uncertainty now. And that uncertainty is especially heavy for Tony Stark, Iron Man, who has the most to lose. So during his little speech, he says, this time travel thing, we're going to try and pull off tomorrow. He's talking about the time heist where they're traveling time. An almost impossible mission. The phrase pull off is key here. It shows that what they're about to do isn't easy. It might even be a bit crazy, but they're going to try it out and go for it anyway. So again, today's phrase is pull off. We're going to try and pull off tomorrow. Pull off. This is a phrasal verb. To succeed at something difficult, risky, or surprising. When Tony says they're going to pull off time travel, it's his way of acknowledging the near impossibility of it, but still choosing to act. It's hopeful, but honest. And this is everyday Tony Stark, Iron Man. Realistic but daring, acknowledging the danger without losing his nerve and masking fear with casual language like pull off instead of something dramatic. So, examples in our daily life. How can we use this? You can say, I can't believe we pulled off that surprise party without her finding out. Meaning you succeeded, you pulled it off, you finished, you've accomplished it. That surprise party was 100% great because they didn't find out. You pulled it off. Or they really pulled off the win in the last 30 seconds. You know, these days I've been watching the NBA playoffs and a lot can happen within the last 30 seconds of a basketball game. And say that they're tied and then at the last 30 seconds they pulled off the win by shooting that last three-pointer. And then, the crowd goes crazy. They pulled off the win. They succeeded. They accomplished the win. The next one is, somehow he pulled off a passing grade after skipping half the semester. So some of our listeners are in university right now. We can say, wow, you got a decent grade. You pulled off a B even though you skipped all of the classes or half of the classes. How did you pull that off? How did you succeed in that? How did you do that? Or, we pulled it off. The wedding went perfectly. So I know that we also have a few listeners out there that are planning their wedding. And it's such a frantic time getting this and that detail all put together. But at the end, don't worry, you'll be able to pull it off. The wedding will go perfectly. So don't worry about it. Pull off here often has a casual or even playful tone. It's used when you're proud and a little surprised that something actually worked. So why does this line matter in the movie? This line is humble. He doesn't say, we're going to do it. He says, we're going to try and pull it off. That tells how serious it is or how uncertain it is and how risky of a plan this whole mission is. Even Iron Man isn't sure, but that's what makes him a true hero. Trying anyway, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. They need to do it. So have you ever attempted something you weren't sure you could pull off? Maybe a performance, a project, or maybe even a bold idea. What gave you the courage to try? The phrase pull pull off carries weight. It's about daring to try something that feels bigger than you. And sometimes just trying is the bravest move of all. Tony Stark reminds us success doesn't begin with certainty. It begins with the willingness to try. So don't worry, everyone. Try to go ahead and pull off that thing you've been putting off and go and get it. So now, our phrase for today was pull off. Let's take a song break. Here is Good Lovin' by Bobby McFerrin.
1, 2, 3. Good love. When I was feeling so bad, I asked my friendly doctor just what I had. I said, doctor, Mr. MD, doctor, could you please tell me what's in me? Doctor, he said, yeah. All you need, all you really need, cause you gotta have love. All you need is love, good love, baby. So come on, baby, squeeze me tight, don't you want your poppin' to be alright, I said, baby, it's for sure, baby, I got the fever, yeah, you got the cure. She said, yeah. All you need, all you really need, come on, give me that love. All I need is love, good loving, baby. Squeeze it tight. Don't you want your poppin' to be alright? I said, baby, it's for sure, baby. I got the fever, yeah, and you got the cure. She said, yeah. All you need, all you really need, come on, give me that love. All I need is love, good loving, baby. Good loving, baby. I love it early in the morning, I love it late at night. Love, every day I need it, every night I need it. Love. Come on, give me that love. Come on, give me that love. Love it early in the morning, love it late at night.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Good Lovin' by Bobby McFerrin. And I know if you're a bit sleepy, I'm sure that song had definitely woken you up by now. It's now time for Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. Up first, we have Jamie Lee Curtis and plastic surgery regrets. Jamie Lee Curtis recently opened up about getting plastic surgery at the age of 25. She said someone told her she didn't look good enough for Hollywood, and that comment stuck with her. So she went under the knife hoping it would help, but instead it just made her feel worse. Now she says she regrets it deeply and wants young people to know that changing your looks isn't always the answer. She's reminding us that true confidence has to come from inside, not a mirror. Up at number 2, we have New Jeans makes Billboard's 21 Under 21 list again. Okay, we need to talk about New Jeans again. And honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore because they just made it onto Billboard's 21 Under 21 list for the second year in a row. And that is huge. I mean, the list includes some of the biggest, most influential young artists around the world, and they're there again. But that's not all. This time, Cat's Eye, a member of the group, was listed separately as a solo pick too. Which means the world is not only seeing New Jeans as a group, but also recognizing individual talent within the group. And that is next level. Now, think about this. They only debuted in 2022, and in just a few years, they've made headlines everywhere, from Korea to the US to Europe. They're reshaping what it means to be a global K-pop act. Up at number 3 for Enter Planet, we have Tom Cruise wants to do Mission Impossible at 100. Tom Cruise says he's ready to keep doing Mission Impossible movies even at the age of 100. He's already done some of the wildest stunts in movie history, and he's not slowing down at all. He says he's inspired by actors like Harrison Ford, who are still going strong. If anyone can run across a moving train at 80, it's probably Tom Cruise. And that's a lot of dedication there into the job, and inspiring actually to continuing on these series. Up at number 4, we have something a little different. Sarah Jessica Parker reads 2 books a day. Sarah Jessica Parker says she reads up to 2 books a day, and that is no joke. She was judging a big book award and read constantly, even on set. She's been a book lover since childhood, and even now, she always has one with her. Kind of makes you want to pick up a book instead of your phone, right? I know that a lot of us always look at our phones, but let's be inspired by Sarah Jessica Parker and take the time to read an actual physical book. Up at number 5, we have Joe Don Baker, Bond actor, passes away. Actor Joe Don Baker, known from James Bond films, has passed away at the age of 89. He played a CIA agent, Jack Wade, in GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. He had a long career in film and TV and brought a strong classic presence to every role. Fans around the world are remembering him fondly. And last up for Enter Planet, we have Cha Seung-won helps abused street cats in a big donation. Cha Seung-won just showed us once again that he's not only a great actor, but also has a huge heart. He made headlines recently by donating 1 ton of cat food to help abused and abandoned street cats in Korea. Yes, 1 ton. That's about 1,000 kilograms. Turns out he's been quietly taking care of street cats for a while now, feeding them, checking up on them, and even helping injured ones. But this time, he wanted to go bigger, to reach more shelters and rescue centers. And honestly, it's not about the amount. It's the fact that he used his platform for something kind and quiet. He didn't make a big show of it, and he didn't post 10 selfies. He just helped. A lot of people on social media said, "This is why I'm a fan," and I totally get it. Celebrities don't have to be perfect, but when they do something that makes a world a little better, it really matters. So yeah, big respect to Cha Seung-won. May more people follow his lead, even in small ways. So that was our segment for Enter Planet, your hottest entertainment news from around the globe. So now, everyone, it is unfortunately time to close the show. We had our question of the day and text topic. It was, who is your favorite smart celebrity? 여러분이 생각하는 가장 똑똑한 연예인은 누구인가요? And I had a text message here from 5753님 5753 saying, Kimberly, you're my favorite smart celebrity. I don't know who you are, 5753 name, but thank you for your text message. I am not the least close to being smart nor a celebrity, but thank you for your kind words today. Betty Neem saying, time flew by again. You. Yes, it is time to wrap up the show, everyone. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here is our last song of Sugar Mountain by the Lumineers. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Oh, to barkers and the color balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. It's so noisy at the fair, and all your friends are there, and the candy floss you had, and your mother and your dad. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the color balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. There's a girl just down the aisle, oh, to turn and see her smile. You can hear the words she wrote as you read a hidden note. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the color balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Now you're underneath the stairs, and you're giving back some glare to the people that you met, and it's your first cigarette. Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the color balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're leaving there too soon. You're leaving there too soon. Now you say you're leaving home 'cause you want to be alone. Ain't it funny how you feel when you're finding out it's real? Oh, to live on Sugar Mountain with the barkers and the color balloons. You can't be 20 on Sugar Mountain, though you're thinking that you're